Hey guys, welcome to our first episode of Welcome to Business. We have Dayle here. He's the owner of Lend It
Morning.
Financial Group, and we're going to be talking all things business, personal growth, etc. So the first things first, and this is what I'll be asking everyone who comes on the podcast: how did we meet, and how did the way that we met through business, and then explain to me how networking works for you as a business owner, because it's not the same for everybody. So
Yeah,
go
it's
ahead.
definitely not. So
No.
first off, thanks for having me.
No workers.
We actually met through one of the first people I met when I came to the coast, just at a lunch. And then from there, we just sort of formed a relationship and found out that we had a lot of similarities.
Yeah.
It's quite funny. It's a very long story, so I'll keep it short. But then from there, it's it's exactly the same way I network. I network at lunches, via sponsorships,
Yes.
other things like that.
Talk about that, your sponsorships. How
Yeah,
does that
I'm not.
work?
I'm not the traditional type of networker.
Yeah.
Like you probably won't see me at,
B&I?
Yeah, but you probably won't see, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you won't see me at like those types of events or finance events and things like that. I like to get really heavy into like the community. So for me, we play a big part in the car scene, especially up here in
Yes.
Queensland. As you already know, we are a sponsor for Motorculture Australia.
Yes.
So that opened up a lot of doors.
Yeah.
Sitting there at the end of last year having dinner at, the same table as Super Cheap Auto,
That's
OMF,
sick. Yeah.
Yokohama, a few other bigger businesses
Mm.
was really quite a wow moment for me.
Cool.
I didn't think so early on in business, like we've been running for 4 years,
Yeah.
that I would be at that table. But the way I network has opened up those doors. So just not following the traditional networking style.
Yes.
I like to get involved in the community, give back to people first, and then that tends to open other doors via sponsorships and other
Yeah.
events.
Who did you sponsor first?
The
Was it
first-
Motorculture?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Or was it
the first?
it wasn't an event, was it? Like a lunch event, was it?
Yeah, I actually kind of remember. I think
4 years wasn't that long ago.
it feels like it.
I know,
It feels
right?
like it. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure it was like a little lunch or dinner event. That was the first sponsor I did, but
Yeah.
the first like really big major one was with Motorculture Australia. So
Yeah. And you pitched a tent up and everything. And
Yeah.
what was your process with getting your business out at that event? Because it's
Yeah.
all good and well that we sponsor events as
Yeah.
business owners, but you actually have to fucking show up. Like you have to
Yeah.
be there in person. So for you, what did you do to make sure that your business was shown and not just online as a
Yep.
logo at the bottom?
Yeah, so something, again, touches base on the whole community aspect. So
Yeah.
for me, rain, hail or shine, at every
Yeah.
single event, we've gone and gotten air fresheners done up. Like that's my thing. If you ask anyone in the car community that knows us, they know, send it to Lend It, and you've got the air fresheners as well. So we do up a box of 1,000 to 2,000 air fresheners, which we give away for free
Yeah.
at every single event. So whether we go...
You'd be surprised how many air fresheners I see. I'll be like in a shopping center in a car park and there's like a Lend It air freshener and I'm like, oh my God, it's Dayle.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's so good.
And it's sorry to cut you off. It's a good way to get your brand out there as well.
Yeah.
Without it being, you're not selling.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I think we're in a day and age now where people don't like to be necessarily sold to.
Yeah.
So
true.
them driving out with my logo in their mirror is another form of marketing. I'm staying front of mind, but I'm just giving back to the community.
You have such a prominent logo too. Like there's a lot of people in the finance industry that I find that their logos are so fucking long.
Yeah.
For example, your first logo that you had, right?
Yeah.
How long was that? It was
Yeah.
so long, right? And you shortened it down to like, what was it?
So it was,
FFS.
so it was Filipponi Finance Solutions,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I put it as FFS.
Yeah.
Just to shorten it, because then it was a nightmare with everything.
Yeah.
With emails, logos,
Yes.
the works.
And it's important though, like now this is something that's so simple and so small, but having a business name that is short, sweet, and to the point, it does so much for your business. Like there's the difference between having your FFS and that long name compared to Lend It. What do you notice is the difference between those two? And your colors are completely different as well. Like your marketing is fucking on point.
Thank you.
It looks so good.
I completely switched the brand around, and that's exactly your description of it. I wanted to take it from long and painful
Yeah.
to short and sweet.
Yeah.
Right. So if you go to send us an email, it's Dayle at LendItFG.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of us as humans, as much as we don't like to say it,
Yeah.
we become complacent and a little bit lazy at times.
Yeah.
And if someone has to sit there typing FILLIPONI, it gets really
I remember when I
frustrating.
was sending you an email once
Yeah.
and you're like, this is my email. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and
I'm not
that's
typing that. You email me and I'll reply.
yeah, and that's the type of complaints I'd have all the time. And then
Yeah.
I tried to shorten it to Dayle at FFS, and
Yes.
then it just it became a nightmare. So having a clear brand identity,
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the most important things. And
Absolutely.
obviously, when you start out,
Yeah.
you become the jack of all trades, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this looks good, that
Yeah.
looks good. But I feel like a lot of the times you're doing it for you, what you
Yes.
think looks, what you think looks good,
Yeah.
instead of actually looking at it from the other side, which
Yeah.
is the most important.
Yeah. And why did you pick those colours?
The yellow.
Yeah.
So the original colours was for FFS was black.
Blue.
No. So we had black, gold,
Yeah.
a bit of grey and white in there.
Yeah.
And then the yellow sort of, I was like, oh, I want to keep the gold, but then I was like, oh, I think it's a bit dated.
It is
So
day
I just,
to day.
so I just started playing with colours. I wanted something that stood out really, really well.
Yeah.
You could see from, if I had a sticker somewhere, or you could see it from down the street.
Yeah.
Like you look at the sign at my new office, you can
It
see that
looks epic.
up the road.
Yeah.
Right.
Looks so good.
So played around with the colours, and it just stood out to me. And then I asked a few people around me, and we just stuck with it and went with it.
It's so funny because we try and put so much thought into making something so particular when really we shouldn't be asking ourselves the question. We need to be asking everybody around us, like randoms, like, hey, what do you think of this? Or what's your opinion on this? Because for me, when I'm looking at it from a business point of view.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at it from a consumer's or a customer's point of view. So it's irrelevant to me what it actually looks like.
Yeah.
It's what the other people think.
But you're also putting your emotions into it
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you become, it's your business, it's your baby, right?
Yeah.
So you're ultimately going to be emotionally attached to it.
Yeah.
I think finding a way to disconnect from that is the
Yeah.
most important thing. And because at the end of the day, your brand presence is mostly important to the people that are coming to it. So it has to stand out for them. They have to like it, the
That's
general
right.
public,
Yeah.
not necessarily you.
So funny. I went into Dale's office the week before, and we're sitting there, we're talking business, all this kind of stuff. And Dale goes, he said something along the lines of, this is pretty much what it was your website's shit. And I was like, what do you mean? And I was like, I think it's fine. And he, no joke, pulled up. And this is why you have friends in business, right? This is what they're there for. We're here to support each other and learn from. Like if there was something on Dale's page, his marketing is immaculate, website's immaculate. But if there was something, I'd be like, Dale, what's that? But he literally said to me, your website's shit. And I have not stopped thinking about it for like the last 2 weeks. Every time I bring out a website, I'm like, oh, it is so shit. So
But you'll find
Thanks.
someone that'll do the same thing to my website as well.
no way, dude. Your
Yeah,
website's
100%.
so good. But he had the point of, I guess, having friends who are in different industries, because we're not in the same industry. We're in very different industries.
Definitely.
We do coincide, I guess.
Yeah.
But is that he doesn't know much about credit repair and I don't know much about finance. But when I go to that motherfucker's website, you best believe I know exactly what he is selling and exactly what he offers. And then he's like, what are you selling? And I'm like, happiness. I don't know. This is no direction, right?
Yeah.
So
The dream.
Yeah, the dream of, I hope exactly when you come to my website that you know that I fix everything and that you're just going to call me. But yeah, that was a good thing for me to learn was, looking at it from away from me and just from a new, fresh point of eyes. And it's so funny because that is the most basic rule in business, right? Is to look at it from the customer's point of view. But when you're so caught up in your business and that's all you do 24/7, 7 days a week, we always forget about the really basic shit, like your website.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But there's no like handbook on it, right? There's
No.
Like, don't get me wrong. Yes, there's a lot of like cookie cutter approaches to all of this stuff.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, there's no like right or wrong. We're in a day and age where attention spans are shorter.
Yeah.
We've got trends now where, 10 years ago it wasn't
Are you
even really
dancing
a
on
thing.
TikTok yet?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. You'll see me out there just doing one of these. Yeah, nah, that's not happening. That's definitely not happening. But in saying that though, to some people that would capture an audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing. So, times are very, very different now. So you have to adapt and pivot consistently.
Yeah. Another question that I have for you is obviously is this your fourth year?
Yeah.
So
No,
fifth year.
this is I'm entering my fifth year.
Yeah.
I've just entered the fifth.
So I always think it's really important to be honest and open about how much money people are making.
Yep.
Not to like the specific dollar, but just to give a realistic view on what it's like being a business owner. It's not all fucking profits. It's not all making bank 24/7, 7 days a week. Like there are months when we make no money and there's months when we make fucking bank. So for you, what has your progression been from, you know, the first year to now? And what do you think the difference is in growing that has, you know, for other business owners out there, what have you implemented to make sure outside of your networking, right? So your actual business, what have you done to expand it to where it is? Because you've grown very quickly.
Well, that's a good question, especially with what I've just gone through in the past year as well.
Yeah.
I want to
tell us your secrets.
Yeah, no, I'll put it like this. Don't, especially with staff, right?
Yeah.
My biggest word of advice is hire slow, fire fast, and I'm sure you hear plenty of people say that.
Do we do it? No.
No. A lot of us don't. You know, but there's, as I said before, there's no one way to do this. You know what I mean? So for me, to give you a bit of my background, I spent 10 years in the car industry.
Mm-hmm.
I started off right at the bottom. So I started off as a cadet, worked my way through sales, became a 2IC, and then got into F&I. Now,
what's F&I?
Finance and insurance.
Thank you. But honestly, brokers with their abbreviations, it's wild.
It's true.
Yeah.
So I got into F&I now, it would be about 10, 11 years ago now, all up. And I stayed in dealership world for quite a long time.
Did you? I didn't know that you were in the dealership.
Yeah. So I was a business
one?
manager in Melbourne. So I was a part of quite a large group, which I won't obviously say. Which No, there's no bad blood there. I told them when COVID hit, we were selling up and moving to the Gold Coast, and had that chat. I said I'm opening my own business. Yeah. Time for me to do this on my own. Yeah. I had years of experience of managing staff, doing finance, all the rest of it. I just wanted to do it for myself. I didn't want to work for anyone anymore. So year one, right? This is why I've taken this on. So I went from obviously being salary-based, being in dealership world, 10 hours a day, working every Saturday for a decade, essentially, to I'm now starting a finance business. Now, at the time, I'd gone from just doing car loans into, there's this big wide world of I can now do trucks, which is one of the reasons I wanted to do this. Trucks, equipment, everything that is not a property, we can do, right? So year one, I found my feet at the time, I thought, really quickly. Yeah. We moved here, no friends, no family, right?
Crazy.
So year one for me personally was glamorous in my eyes. I was like, I made $500,000 in revenue year one of arriving here. Yeah. That's no friends, no family, no network, being cooped up for 6 months because of COVID. And I was just like, fuck this, I'm getting out of here. And boom, we were in the Gold Coast. Like we even had all our stuff in storage. And then year two was when I started putting stuff on. Now, that's where the learning starts to come in, right? At the time, I think because you're very emotionally invested. You're like, let's look at friends, look at family, look at these. Unfortunately, can be the biggest mistakes you'll ever make. Yeah. Even though I've still got my mum in the business, so she's now a broker. Yep. I put her in doing admin, and then she developed into a broker and started to outperform the experienced people that I had. I wouldn't go back and change what I did because it's taught me what I wouldn't do now moving forward. They're all lessons. But one of the biggest oversights is we start chasing revenue, right? We become, I call it revenue heroes, when really all that actually matters is the profit. Yeah. So I went year two, I went from a team of me to a team of 3. Yeah. And then from there, it progressively got more. And then, year two, I ended up adding another 400 roughly to my revenue, but my profit was lower, right? You have to reinvest in the business and things like that. I get that. Year three, I'm sorry to drag this out, year three was the year of learning for me. I made some big mistakes in the sense that I probably, because I'm a giver, right? I want to try and help people. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. I've had a very rough upbringing.
Yeah.
So for me, I always want to lift others up around me before myself, right? I always take care of everyone else, and everyone will vouch for that before myself.
Vouching. Yeah.
And, you know, unfortunately, I had the expectation that those people would do the same thing to me, right? Year 3, I watched my revenue go up, but my profit margin dramatically drop. Like I started getting stressed. I didn't want to sack these people, or not these people, but I didn't want to sack a few employees. Yeah. I didn't want to have to make those decisions, and that's my own fault. But at the time, I'm emotionally invested in being like, oh no, you can do better. I'm going to pump you up, all the rest of it. And at the end of the day, whether it's friends, family, good staff, bad staff, you are a means to an end as the owner, right? There's always going to be other opportunities, whether you've got the right environment or the wrong environment. Yeah. People are always going to do what's going to be best for them. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yep. But you have to start to learn how to make those hard decisions.
Yeah, it's hard though.
It's
really hard.
It is.
Yeah.
I went to a point where I was probably losing just because I wanted to believe that this could work, right? Yeah. Without me going too in depth.
Yeah.
I was literally losing, I reckon, I worked it out, it was almost 50 grand a quarter together just by me being like, no, I'm going to support you, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that and push through. And
do you find that maybe we're so delayed on it? Like, because I'm assuming there's so many other business owners that are saying it's because we don't want to fail.
Correct. Yeah. And that's what I'm getting at is you watch your revenue go up. Yeah. And some people look at that like it's gospel and think, oh, I'm fucking killing it. You know, I'm doing so well. That's exactly right. Where, you know, even though my revenue technically on paper went up, I was actually starting to become at a huge loss, and I'm sitting there going, something's not right, something's not working, and I was having constant conversations, and I was like, you know what? I look back on it now, and year 3 for me, I was like, fuck, like I actually have to pull my head in. I've got to do what's right for me. And at the start
you have to be selfish.
You do.
Which you're not a selfish person.
Correct. But this is the point. You need to take your emotions completely out of it. Business is business and friendships are friendships. And you have to learn to separate the two because unfortunately a lot of people, and I made that mistake as well, intertwine the two. Yeah. And then you lose relationships, you lose respect, you lose a lot of other things.
It's like a 1% chance that it works.
There's other people
Gemma,
out there.
For example, Gemma is a good example of that it works.
But that's exactly right. Slim. Like it is slim. So, you know, year 4 for me, I was actually the year we've just finished was my biggest and best year to date, which is wild.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Which is wild considering I stripped everything back. Yeah. Like I'm talking, I went from...
You went fucking incognito.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Dayle was not available.
Yeah, literally. So, like, but I had to do that. And I think this is what a lot of business owners now, like I'm starting to see a little bit of a trend with it, that we've got access to so many tools now. We don't necessarily need more people, right?
That's so true.
Yeah, where we've been trained that more people equals more revenue, but it also can be more headaches, right? For me, I look at this past year, by far my best year to date. My revenue is up. My profit is up tenfold. Yeah. And I won't put the number on it, but my profit is up tenfold.
It's a good number, guys.
It definitely is. I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
And all I really focused on is just building out systems, processes.
But you also dropped your hours.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, and you opened your new office and then Dayle's schedule is he goes to the gym at lunchtime every day.
Yeah. So my day is now based heavily around myself. Where before it was the opposite. Like I was, you know, I look at the first 3 years. I was up 5 a.m. and I was working till, you know, and you got to put in the hours. But I was sometimes working till 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I was
remember those days.
Yeah, and I was just getting to that point. And I was like. Yeah. This can't be it. Like this
is not freedom, guys.
I was like, I basically like found a way to create my own prison, and I feel
so true.
It is, but a lot of people don't speak about it because you know we've got a lot of hustle culture, and I'm a big believer in that. Like, you've got to push hard. You've got to invest in
Yeah.
your business. You've got to do all these things. But don't make yourself a fucking prisoner. Like, I did it. I made myself a prisoner to a point where I'm lucky I've got a supporting partner, but, we're having arguments.
Yeah.
I'm having arguments with staff. I became so reactive.
Yeah.
And it's because all I was doing is just 24/7, work. And I didn't have a balance. So where it's now, I dropped from a team of 5 to a team of 2. We settle more. We bring more. Oh, I've got 3 now. Sorry, I apologise. More revenue, more profit. Everything skyrocketed, and all we did is we worked alongside a tech company who'd already developed a CRM and systems, and we've helped them sort of finesse that a little bit. I'm definitely not taking the credit. They're the team, but I focused on what I call the blueprint is, and that set me up to a point now where I'm enabled to have less staff.
Yeah.
I can get up in the morning, go for a walk, go in the office at 7, work till 11:30, go to the gym.
Yeah.
Come back to the office and work till 5:30, and every client is looked after, every referral partner is spoken to, there is nothing missed. And I think sometimes, to add to the point, the more staff you have, sometimes it can take more time out of your day.
That's right.
And then revenue producing time becomes time wasted. You know what I mean? Like it does become time wasted. So
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oh my God. What do you think your biggest win in business all around would be for you? Like, and it doesn't have to be revenue.
So anyone that knows me knows I'm not the show pony type. You don't see me like enter. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, the car's a bit of a different story. The car
How
stands out.
much do you love that car, Dayle?
I get that, but it's also created a bit of a cult following behind it. It's a part of the brand. For me,
who did it? 1 second, sorry. Who did that? It was Adam Sullivan that did. He bought was it a Ferrari or something like that? And anyways, we're not going to talk about that. Anyway, I thought he bought that to portray himself as a brand. Some influencer did it.
I've seen that video. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was super interesting because it does build a brand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But you don't really see, not saying that that's you, but it just came to my head. Anyways.
No. But to touch base on that real quick is some people might look at the car in my circumstances and be like, oh, he's a flog, or he's doing well, or he's doing this or whatever. It's just something I enjoy, and it actually opens up more doors than you think, right? You think about it. Like I helped a client in Burleigh, and the first thing he said to me, he goes, oh, it shows that you're clearly doing okay. I'm like, well, what do you mean? I'm like, you're judging me a bit, but perception is very key, right?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, if you had have rocked up in, like a beaten Camry, I probably wouldn't have taken you seriously.
Yeah.
He goes, but, it shows that you're proud of your business. You're clearly doing well.
Yeah.
It gives them a sense of comfort, weirdly.
Yeah.
And then because we play heavy in the car community, it opens up a lot of other doors. And a lot of people don't understand, especially in Queensland. It's very different in Melbourne.
Yeah.
But in Queensland, a lot of the car enthusiasts here are all business owners.
Yeah.
So I'm like, sweet, bro, you go network and have fucking coffee and brunch and do all this stuff at like these, they're not all finance, but like you want to sit there around everyone else that does the same thing as you.
Yeah.
You go for that. Yeah. I'm going to go out and do what I enjoy, speak to people that have the same passions as what I do. Yeah. And that naturally opens up other doors. Yeah. So, which is pretty cool.
I'm assuming it wasn't forceful for you to be in an industry that you love, but also that you have hobbies in as well. Yeah. So for you, being a car lover and then being around other car lovers literally just gives you access to apps. And what was it? Was it Super Cheap?
Motorculture, probably.
What? There was another one. Didn't you sign something with somebody else? No?
Not that I...
Okay, scrap that, guys.
I might, maybe, but probably something I can't talk about on here,
okay.
but that's okay.
I was like, I told you that.
No, it's definitely not Super Cheap, but I'm not too sure what.
There was something else.
There could be. I do quite a bit, but
yes.
To just touch base on like the biggest win for me is.
Yeah, that's right. That's where we were.
No, it's okay. The biggest win for me, honestly, is like, so I've been here 4 years, right? I've been on the Gold Coast only for 4 years, and for the last 3 years, I've been nominated as an Entrepreneur of the Year finalist for Business News Australia. Right?
Yeah.
For me, I know that I'm never going to win the top title, right? But that's but that's okay because I haven't created a business that, you look at Sammy Gordon. He's a fucking legend. His business is booming. He absolutely pumps, right?
Yeah.
he's running a business that is consistently scaling, growing, and developing. That's a whole different beast on its own. You know, he's won, I think, the last 2 years.
Yeah.
For me, just getting a seat at the table, especially so young in business and with such a small team in comparison, you know, like you're sitting at the table with people like Macro Mike, Sam Gordon, you know, Matt Sarama, like all those types of people, and they're building a business at scale on a heavy level. I've only been here for 4 years.
Yeah.
I've been at the table for 3 years in a row, and that's my biggest win, the fact that, you know, that is such a heavily vetted, I guess you could say, award and nomination. You know, they go through your profit and losses.
Yeah, they do.
You can't like fake it.
Look at that.
Yeah, you can't fake it and be like, oh,
I made 6 mil this year.
Yeah,
like,
I'm doing so well. They're like, no, send me your profit and loss. They ask you questions. They call people. They do all this vetting. So, you know, I'm eternally grateful and humbled to think that 4 years in, the past 3 years, I've been in that, I think it's top 50 in the coast. And that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah.
It's so good. The event, where did they have it this year? Last year?
Last year.
Was it still at
I think
the
it was, no, I think it was
Star?
at QT. I'm pretty sure.
was,
QT,
yeah,
yeah,
something
QT.
like
And then before that was at the Star.
These are a little bit more personal questions,
Yeah,
right?
cool. Go for it.
What are you thankful for and who are you thankful for?
What am I thankful for and who am I thankful for?
Yes.
Weirdly enough, you know what? I'm going to start from scratch. I'm extremely thankful that I have, which I won't necessarily touch base on fully, but I'm very thankful that I did have quite a rough upbringing and have experienced a lot of pain throughout my short life. Like I'm 34 and I've had more people pass in my life than my age, which is wild, right?
Yeah, that is wild.
But that's taught me so much resilience, which I've managed to carry on to business. So I'm eternally grateful for everything I've experienced in my short-lived life, which hopefully I've got a long time to go. But I'm extremely thankful. Yeah, touch wood. I'm extremely thankful for that. And, you know, same with the experiences of being in the car industry, you know, that taught me everything I didn't want to do when I went and started my own business. Like I was the type of person, I was constantly back and forth with like high up management, trying to micromanage them, like just leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. Leave it. No. Oh, no, my way's better. You know, the politics of it. And then as soon as I went out on my own, all these phone calls start coming through. Mate, well done. You're doing so well. I'm like, I told you. Like this was inevitable. But then also, you know, my family and my partner. I'm very, very lucky and
shout out to Mel.
Yeah, shout out to Mel. I'm very, very lucky that, you know, like to give everyone context, my partner is an ICU nurse at GC Uni, Uni Hospital, and she's the real hero of this situation because no matter how bad my day is, her day is fucking hectic. But she comes to every single motoculture event. She comes to every car meet. She's always showing up for me consistently. And I'm eternally grateful for her and also my mother. Like my mum is, you know, I'm not going to get emotional here. Nah, serious. My mum is my absolute rock. I've got a relationship with her where even though she works for me now, me and her speak once or twice a day, every day.
That's so cute.
Right? It is cute, but like she's 100% my rock. And like I've watched, you know, what
Shout out to Lisa.
Thank you. I watched like what the struggles and everything she went through whilst we were growing up. So, you know, she raised me and my sister since I was 3, by herself, worked multiple jobs, had to, you know, she's the real MVP, right? Like I look at everything she gave up to give me and my sister the best possible life she could at the time. And, you know, even through a lot of pain that we experienced, you know, like, unfortunately, like my nan passed away driving back from Dayle and she just swerved and had a car accident and passed away suddenly. And, you know, we're young and kids and stuff like that. And she's had to sort of, you know, deal with that at the same time as raising us. And honestly, man, she gave up, I look at it like this, she gave up her entire life for me and my sister. So I always use that as a driving force. I'm like, fuck, one day I want to be at a point where I can give back to her. I can look after her. It's not about fucking money.
Yeah.
Money to me is not necessarily important. Is what I do like about making more money.
Yeah.
Is it provides us an easier lifestyle, right? So,
Right.
you know, she's definitely my biggest driving factor and someone I'm eternally grateful for. And yeah, like every single day, like I'm blessed that the past 3 years that she's been working for me, it's a form of like me giving back to her, you know, and she doesn't have to worry. Like she had a painting business for many years and her partner's had a concreting business and they've been going back and forth from WA, where now she just gets to work from a computer at home.
Yeah.
And, you know, that to me, regardless of what happens with me and my business, I've won in life. Like that's, sorry, I'm going to end up going on forever about this. But yeah, so like my mum, my friends and my family, I honestly would not be where I am without them.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, when you enter this, you enter the bull pit, you lose a lot of people along the way.
Yeah,
you know,
I wanted to ask you a question about that actually, because I was speaking to Emily about it just before. When you're in business, right, when you start off, a lot of people and there's a lot of reels going around of, being in business is lonely. It is lonely, but it's not lonely for fucking ever, right? It's always the first couple of years, the first hustle.
Yep.
You weed out the friends, the family.
Yep.
You really isolate yourself to focus on your business. But when you hit like year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, that is where the real growth comes. And that's when you find like real people, like people in business, like me and you, right?
Yeah.
I can call Dayle for absolutely fucking anything, right? He's literally the human dictionary. Like, whatever I need, Dayle, have you got a contact for this? Yes, right?
Yeah, generally.
Yeah. No, always, right? So it's a very like weird mindset that people are really pushing on the, business is really lonely, but it's not. It's really not.
Might be the wrong thing to say to me or speak to me about, but
think about where you started to where you are now.
Look at it like this, though, right?
Fight me on this, Dayle.
No. It's not a fight. Like look at it like this, right? If you're, this is going to touch some people, I can promise you. If you're looking to do something that's never been done,
yes, yeah, right.
Who can you go to for advice? If you're looking at excelling in an industry that has been doing the same thing for the past 20 years, and you're the one changing things and going against the curve, who do you speak to about that? Or where do you even get in a room to speak to people like that have different ideas and things like that? Like, I think that business isn't lonely when you start to network and find, like me and you, right? Exactly like what you're saying. Yeah. It's not as lonely as what people make it out to be, right? But it becomes lonely when you're searching for solutions or looking to innovate, because like I can't come to you and say, hey, Lani, how do I create this tech that can get a loan done in 5 seconds and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to be looking at me like, what is wrong with you? Yeah. Have you not, AI, Gemini or, that's it, and I feel like that is the lonely aspect of it. Like
that's so true. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Imagine me trying to come in and tell you what to do with credit repair or anything, there's business mentors out there now and they're like, come to us because that's it. We can solve your loneliness and things like that. But I think surround yourself with other business owners that share very similar traits. Well, not so much traits, but share some very similar ideas and I've lost the word, but like you could say traits, right? If someone's ambitious, that's the type of people you want to be around. You do start to lose a lot of friends because the conversations you start having are different.
Of business friends too.
Yeah, of course.
Because you're scaling to a different level that they're not at just yet, or they don't want to be at. I've found that if I'm going into tier 2 or tier 3, then people who are in tier 1, they're staying there, and I'm like, okay, well you stay there. I'm going here.
Not everyone wants to see people succeed, though, right? And that's that's bound to happen. But I think that over time you do find the right people, and if you ask, I'm confident with this, and I could be wrong, and someone will probably prove me wrong. The most successful business owners have got a huge network, but they've got a very small circle, right? A very, very, very small circle of people they can say, I trust, I will give 100. Like you'd be lucky to have maybe 5 to 10 people in that little circle, depending on how big that network is. And finding those 10 people is the loneliest and hardest journey along the way.
Because you cut and change. Like, I cut people like there's no tomorrow. Any of you bitches that are watching this, I'm talking about you.
Oh, Jesus.
Right? But you do. You just cut and change. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? A lot of people, they like, oh, you know, I've been friends with this person for so long. It doesn't mean shit. I have friends that are closer to me than my family, right? Again, blood doesn't really mean anything. Sometimes to people it's like the end of the earth, like I'll be the ride or die family. But you've got to surround yourself with people who are going to lift you up and support you and your business, because I don't know how many friends that I have had that have not supported me through my businesses at all. And you're like, we're supposed to be family. We've been friends for 10 years. What do you mean?
But I guess especially with social media, there's this big thing, right, where it's like, well, it's not hard to like, it's not hard to share, all these things. It's true.
He sends me all of his reels, right? Everything that he does. And what do? Share, click, comment, whatever. Because it takes 2 seconds, guys. Just support your friends.
It's true, but then also you can't, I guess, it's only recently that I've sort of come to this. I'm like, I can't expect that of everyone either.
No,
like if it was every single, and everyone will say the same thing, you know, if everyone did what you expected, you probably would be 10 times ahead, right? But it's, unfortunately, your friends and family aren't always going to be your biggest supporters. It's probably going to be the most random person they've only just met. Yeah. And that's because you've touched them in some way. Yeah. Whether it's, you know, your branding, your messaging, you've helped them with your service, whatever it is. Car. yeah, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and it's a very crucial thing.
I do want to ask you a question, because I think it's important for people to know who are not in the finance industry, because obviously this podcast is for small business owners, right? And we want to educate them on, one, understanding that everybody goes through hardship when they start a business. You don't just make a meal first year unless you, I don't know, do an AI or some shit like that, right? So, but I want to talk about, and this is a bit of a plug as well, because if you are going to do finance, you should go and see Dayle. But definitely. I want you to explain in the most basic fucking way, right? Don't be doing abbreviations, you know what I mean? Like, dumb it down. Yeah. Explain how business owners and what they require to obtain finance, right? So let's just say you're a business owner and you're on an ABN, you're not PTY Ltd. How long do they need to wait until they can apply for something? And what do they require as a basic, right? Okay. Let's do real basic.
Yeah, okay. So realistically,
yes, hypothetically.
We've got access to so many products. We finance everything that's not a property. Okay, so cars, bikes, boats, trucks, everything that's not property, right? Business loans works. Depending on the industry and what you're looking to buy, we've got access to lending from day one. Like if you start a business,
day one ABN, guys.
If you start a business today, and again, terms and conditions apply and all the other fun stuff. I have to say that, but if it really depends on that particular lender's policy, the industry they're looking to go into. You know, we can use things like work source letters as an example. You know, you could have a truck driver. He's been driving for someone for 2 years, decides he's going to go and buy his own truck, do it tomorrow. Yeah, he can go and get a work source letter, a couple of other documents, and we can actually consider that, right? Yeah. Other than that, for basic things like cars, 3 month ABN onwards, you know, we've got access to products that we just use 90 days bank statements. Yeah. Bank statements and these alt doc types of solutions are, I guess, heavily pushed in today's market.
Alt doc?
So
give basics, come on.
Okay, so sorry, the abbreviations. So an alt doc is, I'll backtrack. A lot of business owners instantly think you need 2 years of financials, right, to go and get funding, right? Yeah. But what that does, that creates more problems for them because they can't get access to the equipment they need today to generate the revenue that they want to generate, okay? Now, these are income-producing assets. Yeah. So we've got access to an alt doc and a no doc product as an example, which means I'll use the 90 days. So if you've been trading for 3 months, we can use an alternative document instead of financials, in this instance, bank statements, to assess your application for serviceability for a car loan. Yes. Okay. 9 times out of 10, this is quicker, right? You're not necessarily going to get given higher rates. Yeah. There's all this commotion out there that if you haven't... I haven't done 2 years financials.
It's not fucking true.
It's not. Like, I'm going to pay high rates. I'm going to pay this. I'm going to pay that. It's not. Like, you need to speak to an asset specialist like myself.
Yeah.
have a chat to them. There's thousands of products out there that 99% of business owners don't even know they can access.
Because they want to go to fucking Commonwealth Bank because they bank with CBA.
You probably can't say that, but yeah, but that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I think you just make the call. Don't be scared. Don't listen to friends. Don't listen to family.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
whatever you do, especially when you're starting out, don't go investing all of your capital into the assets that you need to buy. If you can get funding for it, leverage it, utilize it, okay, make repayments because you never know when you're going to need that capital.
That's absolutely right. A lot of people talk about like paying cash for things or paying stuff out of your profits. No. It's not the right way to go because we need it. We need an emergency 100%. Backup.
Yeah, this is a roller coaster. This is a jungle. You might be balling today making lots. But
you haven't, tomorrow.
But you haven't been paid tomorrow or, depending on the industry you're in.
Yeah. Well, you do a lot in the trucking space, don't you?
Yeah, I do a lot in transport. So we work with a lot of
and their invoices are like, 30 days or something that they're waiting for payment?
Sometimes 30. A lot of the guys we deal with have now been 7 to 14, but they're working with people like Ozpost, etc. Again, I don't know the terms that they're using 100% just in case someone goes to use that.
Yeah.
But so think about it, right? Like if you have, especially in that industry, you've got fuel. If your truck has a breakdown, you've got the truck off the road, you're then having to pay to get it fixed.
Yeah.
You're going to have to use a lot of your capital there.
Yeah.
And if you're not getting paid for 30 days,
yeah.
how do you keep operating?
Yeah.
Right?
You can't.
So that's it. So, putting things in there like lines of credit or overdraft facilities can be good to sustain
lines
a business.
Lines of credit even saved me as a service-based business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a couple of years ago, for some reason, both of our computers broke, right? And I was like, okay, cool. Well, this was like early days, and I was like, where the fuck am I going to pull $6,000 from, right? Where's my $6,000? Oh, lo and behold, I got a fucking line of credit. Thank you so much, right?
Yeah.
And it saved me because otherwise we would have been with no computers for probably maybe like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Loss of income, gone, right?
I'm going to touch base on something, and I'm going to direct this right here, right?
Yeah.
Do not apply for finance when you desperately need it. If you're doing well, apply for those types of things early, right?
Yes.
Because a lot of lenders, especially lines of credit, assess it based on average revenue.
Yep.
Don't let the bank hit zero and be like, fuck, I need finance. Yeah. Do it whilst you're performing.
Yeah,
Safeguard your business long term.
What's your go back to what you said, right? The average what was that you just said? It skipped my mind.
Average revenue.
Yeah. What do you mean? Can you explain what that is?
Yeah. So especially if you're looking at cash flow for your business.
Yeah.
Your gross revenue, right, which is what you get paid on a monthly basis. So what
comes into your bank account?
Yeah, correct. What comes into your bank account. A lot of those cash flow style lenders will assess you for a loan based on 1 to 1.25 times your monthly revenue, right? So if I'm making 100,000, I might be able to get 125,000, right?
Yeah.
But if my last 3 months have been bad because people haven't been paying me invoices and it's $5,000, well, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to get the money you need.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of businesses end up, you know, getting to really tight positions and getting desperate.
Yeah. And if you're watching this and listening to this and you have bad credit, come to me first and then I'll send you to Dayle.
We can do that, definitely.
Okay, so my plan also for the podcast series is every year we're going to get back on the same people that we had the year before. Yeah. So for you, I want you to tell me something that's going to keep you accountable for next year that I'm going to fucking ask you. And don't make it something dumb, right? Yeah. I want like real accountability here, Dayle, right?
Yeah.
Something fucking out of this world.
Yeah.
Tell me what it is, and then in 12 months' time, I'll be like, so how'd you go? What will it be? What is it going to be?
I know this based on projections now.
Yeah. Tell me.
I can stay accountable to this. I will increase every revenue metric in my business, right, with a smaller team than I had 3 years ago.
Ooh, okay.
Right? 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago.
How many staff is that?
So I will be able to, 5. So the most I've had was 5.
Yeah.
I am a small business. I have no intention of having 10 or 20 or anything like that. Just because of the tech we've invested in, we can do 10 people's jobs with 2 people.
Yeah.
So put that into context.
Yeah.
I can have less bums in seats, generate more money, more profit. I will ensure that we do not grow to a point of over 5 staff, and I reckon we can almost double revenue this year, 100%. And I can get the only reason that makes I'm so confident to put that especially on here is I've literally just had my biggest quarter to date in history with only 2 staff and a contractor, right? The contractor, he's amazing. He's going to do really well, but he technically hasn't started writing yet. So with 2 people.
You talking about Nick?
Yeah. With Nick. He's going to do amazing, by the way. So with 2 people.
Shout out to Nick.
Definitely shout out to Nick. With 2 people, we've just had the biggest quarter to date. And I haven't pushed for marketing again yet. So this year I'm obviously being very vocal. We're on a podcast. You're going to see me back on Reels. You're going to see me doing everything opposite than what I've done the past 12 months. I'm beyond confident that we can almost double last financial year's revenue if we stay on this trajectory.
I know what that
scratched
is,
the surface.
I know what the revenue is.
You do.
Yeah.
It's just wild to see though. Like I've gone, you speak to a lot of marketing agencies, you speak to a lot of people in finance. It's leads in versus leads out, all the rest of it. I've now officially run over 12 months with no form of paid marketing whatsoever.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, just relationship building, providing good service. We've done more revenue, more settlements, more loans than ever before with less staff. What's going to happen when we turn the tap back on?
Yeah. But that's what networking does. That's the power of networking, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like really good money. Like Dayle did really well. And then to say that he's going to, do you say double or triple?
I reckon, no, I'll double. I'm not going to fall for that. I reckon I'll double. Double even, I think even.
Double in a bit.
Double, I reckon double. Like I'm on track to double revenue and also, but profit literally, I think, like I had a look at it, and for the past 3 years, Zero could be wrong here, but it's like 1,000.
Well, Zero is fucking useless, by the way. I'm like, what are you talking about? That's not how much money I made. What happened here?
Well,
Anyways.
based on like historic data, we're to date 1,001.34% higher net profit than any other year to date since in business.
Fucking
yeah, exactly right.
Wow,
so
okay.
I'm going to stand by that.
Yeah.
And
well, you have to.
Or I have to. And
You're legally liable.
We'll sit here in a year's time and fucking we'll whip out the P&L and you can all see it. Yeah.
I'm like, send me your profit and loss.
Yeah.
No, stop doing abbreviations, guys,
Profit
please.
and loss, sorry.
Profit and loss, right? Okay, cool. All right. Well, I think that's the end of our podcast. Thank you so much. No, thank you for coming and being my first guest. I appreciate you. And yeah, let's see what I know you're going to hit that target anyway. So I'm hoping it's going to be like triple.
Definitely.
Never know.
You never know. It could happen, but if you need finance, call
right.
me. Any questions? Business,
time.
finance, anything, feel free to call me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, thank you for having me.
One tip before you go to a business owner, what would it be? Just one.
One tip?
Yeah, one tip.
From a financial point of view?
No.
Because I'm not an advisor, but just one tip in general.
Yeah, just your one tip that you would tell your friends, family, other business owners.
Oh, this will be juicy. One, like I think. Oh.
You're like, I have so many tips.
No, you know what? One tip, like trust your gut, right? Like just definitely trust your gut. Something you're going to learn this very quickly in business. Something may seem amazing on the surface, especially resume givers. I don't know really anyone that interviews anymore based on resumes because ChatGPT, all the rest of it, you can buff it up. Trust your gut. Don't necessarily hire for skills. Hire for personality and traits. If you find someone with the right attitude, can bring all the right things you want to the business, you can train nearly anyone to do something, whether it's over a week, a month, a year, etc. But just trust your gut. A lot of us that have been burnt, including myself, will sit here and tell you that we've all made the mistake, including me. Like I'm very angry at myself that I didn't trust my gut for the first time in my life. I went against myself and I got burnt for it. Yeah. So yeah, just trust your gut, but just believe in yourself. Don't rely on everyone around you to lift you up. Just trust yourself, go hard, and just give this 110% because this is not for the weak.
No. Cool.
There you go.
Thank you.
That's right. Thank you for having me. Appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Dayle. Bye. Wave, Dayle.
Peace.